We're scheduled till
Honey,
10
we're
p.m.
going live.
Yeah, we're going live.
We're going
By the way,
live.
honey, we're going live.
Hey, honey, we're going live.
How nice of your husband to drop in the background right as we go live.
Oh boy. This is what you call live, folks.
You know, when we started this, we had no idea where this show was going to go. But we're still on the air. They haven't kicked us off yet.
Must be doing something right.
Or a ton of things wrong. Yeah.
Well, you know what? This is proof that anybody can do it. I'm just saying, anybody.
I mean, come on. My cat had a blog for years.
Yep, anybody can do this. Anybody. All you have to do is have the tenacity and just get started. That's it. Get started. Get started.
Get started. So what are you starting this week? By the way, I seen your pictures. The house coming along.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. Well, it's funny when you're going through the build of a house and so forth, you don't realize how long certain things take as opposed to other things and that type. You would think that a foundation wouldn't take that long, but that's the longest process is the foundation more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked the builder, why did this take so long? He said, you don't understand. We have to lay it out first and it has to be approved by the city to make sure that we haven't gone past any of the zones of where the property line is and so forth. Then they approve that. Then we got to lay out all of the piping and the electrical and so on and so forth. And they got to come down and they got to approve that. Then you got to dig all the ditches and that type of thing and lay down more of the plumbing and that they got to go through and they got to approve that. Then you got to, it's just this whole process just for the foundation. I said, why so much? And he said, because the foundation, just like anything, including your business, it's the one thing that everything stands on top of, and it has to be solid. If it's not solid, it's not going to be a good house. It's not going to last. You're going to have issues with the walls and so on and so forth. So that's why this particular process takes longer, because it's the most important part of the house, which is also the most important part of your business, the foundation.
It's one of the things, like, in buying real estate, we, for rentals, is most people won't buy the house because it has foundation issues. As a real estate rental person, I'll buy them with foundation issues because I have somebody who can fix them. Yeah. And here in Texas, and you're getting close to it, I think you're going to have similar problems out there in New Mexico because you're very close to the same soil. Yeah. Is almost all foundation shift. All right. Foundation shift. I mean, my parents' foundation shifted in the house they built in the 1980s in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Foundations are going to shift. All right. But so many people in real estate buying, they won't buy it because it has foundation issues. Well, the truth is you can't get financing if you have foundation issues, but you can fix foundation issues.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things.
You can always fix the foundation, by the way.
Yep. But I just thought it was interesting that this process took so long, and the reason for it taking so long, because every time we were driving up there, it was like, come on, let's go. Let's get this moving.
This is why I would have come into town and bought a house that was already existing, all right, and gutted it and been done. Now, I have a process with working with people here in Dallas. I can gut a house and redo it in 2 months.
Yeah.
Because the main structure is done.
Yeah.
It's just, gut it and change some things. And literally, in some cases, it's 2 months. We did this condo where we gutted it, took it to the bones. All right. And we did it nights and weekends by ourselves without contractors. And it took us 4 months.
No, thank you.
Well, think about that. That's the reason being is the foundation. All right. And the walls were already standing. It's much easier than building a house. Last week we talked about it. I have my friend here in town they're waiting on windows. They can't go past where she's at on windows. And she's like 16 or 18 months into a 7-month build.
It's because of the supply and demand. Because of
supply chain. So, that's why I would have went in and bought an existing house.
Well, we didn't know what we didn't know at that time. And we'd already bought, but I'm okay. I want a new house. So I don't care. If I have to wait, I'm okay with that. But the nice thing about this builder is that they've been known to get theirs done pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And the builder is also a commercial builder. So he's got connections that not a lot of other builders have.
He's got friends in low places just like me.
Yeah. Exactly. So his supply, I mean, he has his own supply issues too, just like anybody else, but they're not as severe. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
You know what I mean? Here's this is business decisions, all right? And this is probably why I work the way I work and you work the way you work is I would have came into town, bought something, renovated it, all right, and lived into it until I found the place I wanted to build, and then built the house. As soon as my new house was built, I would then take the place I was living in and make it a rental.
Yeah.
For 2 years. Yeah.
No.
But in the meantime, I would, I would have gotten, I would have lived in basically a new house from the beginning while I designed the house I want. In the meantime, I had a tool that was going to pay for the new house when it was built.
Yeah.
That's business, business thinking. And like I was on one of my masterminds that I'm a part of on yesterday. And, the people all in there are like, so what are you doing with your business? And I'm like, well, I'm looking for ways to have my money make more money for me. And they're like, well, I want to be there, because they're like trying to figure out ways to turn their time into money right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did that for years, turned my time into money. Now I'm trying to turn my money into money. Doesn't mean I still don't work time making money, but I'm trying to get money making money. So I have to spend less time making money. Make sense?
Kind of.
It's all about. I mean, it's business thinking, which is some of the stuff we had, designed to talk about today. Was business thinking. Most people don't think like a business person, and that is why, or an investor.
But when you're building a house, you don't think of it as a business. You think of it as, this is our house, this is our home, this is what we're going to do. Because our goal with this house is we're going to retire into this house. We're not moving again. We're not buying another house. If we buy another house, it's going to be a rental or something else. This is our house. So
yeah, we said that about this condo too, as we're getting ready to sell it and go buy another house. This is going to be our retirement condo. Yeah.
No, you don't understand. We're not doing that. No, not going to happen.
This is why, my truck that I sold last February, I traded it in and got the Mercedes SUV.
Nice.
When I got the truck in 2016, I said, yep, this is my last vehicle. I'm buying this. This is the vehicle I'm going to drive when I retire. 5 years later, I realized the vehicle I was going to buy to retire with has problems, just like the house we live in has problems.
Yeah.
So I started treating everything like a business. All right. If I'm buying this house and next house, I'm buying the house to fix it up, to live in it for a while. And I'm not going to say that I'm going to stay there forever. I may come to the point that I realize that I can rent it out and take the money from it and go get a newer house. And the idea behind the whole thing is, always get things to pay for the next one.
Yeah.
Because we're all going to get tired of it. We're all going to get sick of it. I can tell you every mistake I made in this house.
With the house we were in for 22 years. No. We don't move.
By the way, you can pay people to move you too, by the way. When you make enough money, you can pay people to move you. Usually they're called kids.
Yeah, but you got to have more than one kid.
Oh, no, we have more than one kid, right? And they're wait a minute. They have friends.
Yeah.
Kids can be brought over by guilt. Their friends can be brought over by pizza.
That didn't work for me.
Yeah. Good morning, Facebook user. I think that's Rena. Rena, but
good morning.
I think it's her, but yeah, she usually she doesn't have it set up to where her permissions are set up for StreamYard yet.
So today I thought we could talk about this topic that I've been very entranced with. I know that last week we talked about the Ukrainian war and how it can affect.
Wait, that's still going on? Oh.
Yeah. I wish it would be over. Trust me. Wish it would be over.
Can we just move to the part where Putin's found in a bunker and kills himself?
I know. Please, can we please?
Can we move forward to that part where you find yourself in a bunker and you decide to shoot yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. But I've been watching the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, manage this whole thing, and I have to say his leadership skills are spot on. I mean, the way he has managed everything.
Mhm.
The US offered him a ride to get out and evacuate, and he said, "I don't need a ride, I need ammo."
Mhm.
And I mean, it's just he
Give me
is
lawyers, guns, and money.
yeah. I mean, this guy is, to me, he's a hero. He is a hero. He has stuck it out. He's in a country that another oligarch wants to take over just because he wants to take it over and get all of the resources in that land and make it all go backwards, way backwards. I mean, there's no reason for this war. There's none whatsoever. And I also read too that, Anonymous. There you go, Lord.
Sorry.
Anonymous, which I love. They always they're hackers and so forth, and they go into businesses now that they feel are wronging people, and they take them down for days, or they expose things. And they just recently went in and exposed to the Russian people all of the pictures that Putin has been hiding from them on this whole war. So yeah. It's like,
Wait,
what?
wait. They caught him with his pants down?
What? Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, this guy Zelensky, I'm impressed with. I just got to say, totally impressed with his leadership skills. He's been holding his own. He's been trying his best to get through this, negotiate where he can so that he can get what he needs to protect his country from being taken over. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing is the what I just, and I thought, if we could all lead like him in the intent that, and his mindset, which I thought was a really great model, his mindset before he makes any decision, he makes them based on the people he cares about and how they will be affected. And if we made all those decisions that way, we'd make better decisions, I think, to a certain degree.
Oh, it's Chip Edwards. Hey, Chip.
Hi, Chip. How are you?
No. Well. Before you go into tout how good this is and how good he is, right? Let's think about how many times in leadership we look at the good in things, and we see the good into it. All right, but like
Have to look at the other side, the yin and the yang.
yeah, there's a bad side there. Yeah,
Yes, the
he's
yin
not
and the yang.
perfect. So
No, and also our gas prices are going up.
so wait a minute. So speaking of leadership, so what you're saying is we have a bad leader here in America?
Absolutely not. It's all part of the market. It has nothing to do with the president,
No,
guys.
I'm not talking about gas prices. I'm just talking about leadership. I didn't go to gas prices. You did. I'm just talking leadership. Are we saying that we have a bad leader here in America?
No. I'll just say this. This is just my opinion.
Mhm.
I think it's better than what we had. I'm not saying it's the best, but it's better than what we had. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
See, because as a business owner, can I say this on our show? I don't give a shit who's.
Go for it, Tim.
Yeah, I may like Trump. I may like Biden. I may want Obama back. I don't know. I may want Clinton back. It doesn't matter. But here's literally
Hillary.
Yeah. By the way, did you see the meme that came out of Bill and Hillary on President's Day?
No, I didn't.
All right.
Bill
leans over to Hillary and goes, "Happy President's Day." Hillary leans back and goes, "Fuck you, Bill."
Oh my God.
Quit rubbing it in.
But here's the thing though. When it comes to the leadership of our country, no matter who you talk to, one person's going to be happy, the other person's not.
Right.
It is what it is. So if you think about it, being a president of any state or any country, is not an easy thing, because you're always going to have those people that love what you're doing, and you're also going to have those people that absolutely hate what you're doing, don't agree with it, don't stand by you, but you also going to have those that do. Just like when we see with the market and how things go, the liking of, they do their surveys and they say, what's the likability of the president now? It'll go up or it'll go down based on what things are going on and
Based on how they ask the questions.
Well,
let's be honest about surveys. It's based on how they
how
ask
they ask the
questions.
question. I get that, but they're still looking at that popularity thing on whether they're still popular or not based on what's going on in the world. And I mean, I wouldn't want to be president. I'm telling you right now, there's no way. You couldn't pay me
I don't
enough.
want to take the pay cut.
Couldn't pay me enough.
I don't want to take the pay cut.
I know. Couldn't pay me enough. Could not pay me enough. It's one of those jobs that you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It's a thankless job that people are always, it's your fault this happened, your fault that happened, your fault this happened. And it's like, no.
Because here's why. Because, all right, no matter what you do, all right, no matter which side you're on, and I seen it this morning, someone actually brought up something from who's the Democratic senator leader, Chuck, whatever he is from New York. I don't even know his name. All right. But they brought up a quote he made, all right, about Trump that basically you could apply to Biden right now. Like, because when you stand up and say something and point fingers at, because you're a Republican, you point fingers at the Democrats, and then you stand up a Democrat and you point fingers at Republicans, it will be brought back against you in the next when the next president gets here, right?
They should start pointing up and down instead of this way.
They should start doing this. This is where they should point, right here. If only I, as a senator, would do my effing job, maybe the country wouldn't be such a mess.
Accountability. Yeah. Well, you know what? If you think about it, if you go back to Zelensky, he's doing that. He's taking accountability. He's sticking by his country. He's not saying, bye, guys. I'll see you. I'm going to go to a safe place. Have fun. I'll try my best to handle it all over here while I'm safe.
Okay. When you say the name Zelensky, you know what I think of?
What?
Do you remember the movie Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
I'm Ray Zelensky. I make auto parts for the American people for the hardworking American people, because that's what I am. If I could find that clip and bring it up, it'd blow your minds. But yep, that's where because his name was Zelensky.
Oh my God. Mr. President Zelensky, if you're watching this, I apologize profusely.
We will never confuse you with Dan Aykroyd. Or basically, because of that, we can say Zelensky, all right, is a blues brother.
Oh my gosh.
He's getting the band back together. He's getting the band back together.
He's my hero. As far as I'm concerned, Zelensky's my hero. And I don't care. I have been so impressed on how he's managed this. It's just been
if Zelensky ran for president, would you vote for him?
Absolutely. Go Zelensky. I'll be right there with you.
Wait a minute. This is a great tester on things, all right? Because when we look at our heroes and people we like, and I don't know which side of the aisle you're on, but let's just first say that you're a Democrat and he's running Republican. Would you still vote for him?
Absolutely.
No.
I vote for the person I think can do the best job. I don't vote by party. Don't do it.
Wait a minute. Do you vote on appearance or per people who are best at doing the job?
No, I do my investigating. Before I vote for people, I go in and I look in the background. I see what they've done, what they haven't done, what they want to accomplish, what they haven't accomplished. I look at all of those things and think, you know what? This is a good candidate, and that's who I vote for. Doesn't matter if they're Democrat, Republican, Greenpeace, doesn't matter. I vote for the person I feel can do the best job.
So I'm going to bring it up. The reason why I asked that question is, as Chip just put down in here, Zelensky is a great marketer.
He is.
Do you remember? I don't know if you were in Craig's mastermind in 2015.
Yes, I was.
So 2015, when the second Donald Trump said he was running, Craig Duswalt stood up and said, Trump will win. Why?
Yes, he did. Because he did great marketing.
He's a marketer.
Because he did great marketing.
right now, Zelensky is a marketer. And I want you to think about this, and I'm going to think about a concept that, all right, if those people who may be Christians who follow our podcast is, do you think he could become a world leader?
Who?
Zelensky.
Absolutely.
Now go back to the Bible and start reading through the book of Revelation.
I have to go read.
No. I'm gonna. I don't know your. I don't. You and I have never talked about what our beliefs are, is whether you're Christian or not. All right, but I'm a Christian and I believe in the Bible, right? And I don't talk about it much on my podcasts, or my business. But this is the point I'm seeing is predictions, and I'm not saying it's fact. It's predictions and things that have been connected.
Yeah.
They said it is that the Antichrist will come from a small country in the East.
Oh, you know what? I have read that.
And he will stand up. A small man will stand up to be a great leader.
Yep. And this will probably be him.
And why I just asked you, would you vote for him?
Probably be him.
Could it?
He is proven.
Thanks, Jeff, for bringing that up, by the way.
But to me, I think Zelensky has proven how I perceive a country should be run, or how the leaders should run their country. They should be there. They should be part of their people. They should be thinking about their people, not just themselves, which I totally believe in regards to our government, that it's kind of, I don't think they're really thinking of the people. They're thinking of themselves. What they can put.
Well, America has been thinking about itself for years.
Yeah. And it's not been working, because if you've done your history, both the empire, the Roman Empire, as well as Atlantis and a bunch of other ones, they started running on greed, and what happened?
Well, what I think is funny is in our world now, you and I are both free enterprise people. We're both, shall we say, both capitalists, right? And there's a lot of people who are younger generation going, well, you know what I mean? We got a problem with greed and corporations, so we should be a socialist country. And I'm like, dude, if you think greed is a problem with a capitalist country, wait till you get socialism.
Yeah.
Because socialism is all greed. All right. The problem is one person, one greedy person dominates and takes it all, and you get nothing.
Then you're stuck, as well as communism.
So, and communism just takes it to another level.
Yep.
Right. All right. That is why I will stick for capitalism all day long, because there's a ton of greedy people. All right. But you can be greedy too.
Yeah, you still have that freedom.
Yeah, you have the freedom to be greedy. Socialism, you no longer have the freedom to be greedy. All right. And if eating, all right, makes me greedy, I want to eat every day. Socialism come along, you may not get to eat every day.
No. But I just think that we can learn a lot as a business owner based on what Zelensky has been putting out there.
Yeah.
And that we should, as companies, a lot of times when we're putting our marketing, we've talked about this. When you put your marketing out there, it's all about your accolades and how wonderful you are. You've got a PhD, and you've got this, and you've got that. And what they don't realize is their clients don't care about that. They don't care. What they care is.
But that's been the marketing game. I'd love to change that marketing game. I hate that marketing game. I remember. No. I remember when Craig Duswalt told me to put my face on a book, and I'm like, fuck no. I don't want my face out there. I really don't. I don't think this is all that pretty. Right?
I think this is, though.
Anyway, no. And then, then basically he said that's marketing. Right? They've got to be able to see you. All right.
They have to touch and feel. They have to connect with you. And part of that connection is you've got to be able to talk in their language. If you're not talking their language and talking about their pain points like we've talked about, they're just going to go, yeah, next. She doesn't even care about anything. All she wants to do is tell me how wonderful she is.
Well, yeah, there was a lady here in the Dallas area, and I shouldn't have said lady. I should have said there was a person, but now some of you
now we know
might figure out who I'm talking about.
That's out of the bag.
For years, I mean, when I met her, all she talked about was, you just need to tell people you're here to serve them. And she used that word serve like she was dishing out freaking cards at a blackjack table, right? Oh, I'm here to serve. Serve me doing what? No, I'm here to serve you. Serve me doing what? She couldn't answer that question. And I heard, and I don't remember whether it was Craig or through somebody, like James or somebody in our realm of people say, when someone only uses the word serve, watch out.
Yeah.
Because that means what they're saying, what they really are saying when they say they want to serve you is, how can I get to your money?
Yep.
And he said, it will only be a matter of time before you will hear them brag about how they made $1 million this year, $1 billion this year, whatever it is. They will get to the point and brag. And sure enough, this lady within 2 years was bragging about how much money she made.
Well, I had a wise man tell me once, he said, when you're looking at entrepreneurs out there, business owners, those that talk are the ones that have no reason to talk. Those that don't are the ones that are most successful, because they don't need to prove themselves. They already know they're successful, and the people that know them know they are successful. They don't have to prove anything. Mm-hmm. So and that made a big impression on me, because as new business owners, you go out, you do networking, you do all of this stuff. And it's those people that are out there saying, oh, I'm so good at this and I'm so good at that, and take my advice and da 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 da. And this guy sat me down one time. He said, how do you know they're successful?
Yeah.
I said, I don't. He said, exactly. So why are you taking them for their word? Because that's when he went into that motto of those who talk have no reason to talk. And it was the best advice I'd ever been given. So when you're going to those things, you have to pay attention to who's the braggers and who are the ones that are sitting back and they're just observing. And they're the ones that come up to you and say, you know what? I know this guy, Tim Gillette. He does simple, easy marketing. You want to learn how to do some marketing? You might want to talk to him. Mm-hmm. That's success, because now they're thinking about the person instead of, oh, hey, I can help you. Yeah. Come on down here. I'll take care of you. No problem.
I have a program for that.
Oh my God.
I have a connection. I have a connection that can help you with that.
Oh my God. That's funny.
It's our podcast. We can say what we want.
Good one. I just thought this was, we can take a lot from Zelensky and what he's doing and his leadership. His leadership is phenomenal. He's going all over the place. Like Chip said, he is a great marketer. He's doing everything he can to get what he can get for his people. If that means getting on TV, going to NATO, whatever he needs to, that's what he's doing, because in his mind, he's fighting for his people. He's fighting for his country. That's it. That's his main goals. And you know what? I truly believe he's going to win. And I think that Putin's going to be going out of that country with his tail behind his legs, tail between his legs, and saying, nah, that didn't work so well. I think this is going to be his undoing.
Yeah. So hold on. I'm actually pulling something up.
Are you a podcaster?
All right. Well, hold on. I'm going to hit that on silent while I get the commercial out so that I can play. No. There's a reason I'm doing this, right? I'm going to go with.
What are we trying to? Are we trying to prove something, or what are we pulling up? We're pulling up something. Tim is pulling up an interesting fact that he's going to share with us based on what we were discussing on President Zelensky and how he is phenomenal leader. He's my new hero. Just saying.
Hold on. Let's see if I can get it here. Oh, I got to pull the sound up now.
Yeah, please. Oh, is this the one you were talking about?
That car truck of yours. Come see old Ray. Hey, you want a guarantee? I got a guarantee stamped on every box.
He's got really weird hair.
But more important is the guarantee that I make to the American worker. I want your truck to help you get the job done. I want your cruiser to get out there safely so you can clean up the streets. And I want your kids to be safe when you take them for a ride.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, son. The name's Zelensky. I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am. And that's who I care about.
Jungle Guy Zelensky's the auto parts kid.
Well, if you think about it, he was a good marketer. He marketed straight to his clients,
Job done.
straight to his customers, talking exactly what he said he was going to do. He's a good marketer. That's what it's all about, kids.
See, this is where, all right, if you can't tell by now, you know, Katrina's the serious person on the show. I'm the jokester.
I can joke.
I'm
too,
just
but
I'm just a comic sidekick. That's all. Yeah.
I try and keep us back on track. Back on track. So let me ask you then. You've been watching all of this, Tim. You've been
I have.
watching. What do you think in regards to how Zelensky's managing everything in regards to leadership and business and what we can learn from him? What are your comments and thoughts on
I've
this?
been watching the whole war through memes on Facebook.
Oh my God.
No. Here's why. I mean, no, I'm not going to disagree with the fact that he is a leader. All right, he is, because here's what a true leader does. He doesn't stop and get the opinions of the fucking world before he does something. He
Mhm.
does what's right for his people. I am not going to stop my business and get opinions from y'all on what I need to do to make business right for me and my family.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get opinions from the world as to what I have to do to help my clients get a better life. Exactly what this guy is doing. I agree with you 100% on this, because that is what I'm doing. I don't stop and turn the freaking news on to find out, you know, what bomb was dropped where today. I
Yeah.
don't have a 45-minute discussion with people at the dinner table over what happened in the war today.
Yeah.
All right. I am very much big, and I always have been try to be a leader, someone who does what's right for my business. And that is what this man is doing. I don't have to follow every little step he does.
Nope.
I can follow the memes on Facebook and laugh about it, or I can see the seriousness in it. All right.
Yeah.
I don't have to have CNN, NBC, MSNBC, all right, Fox, any three-lettered thing that you want to add to it, all right? I don't have to watch them to get my opinion.
No.
My opinion is, all right, I think, I think from my view where I sit, Putin's overstepped his bounds and should be stopped. I don't know. As I said last week, I don't know the reason. I don't know why he's doing this. I don't.
We can surmise, but
Yes, we can. But is today's topic, is Zelensky being a leader? Yes, he is. And I don't have to watch the news to figure that out.
no.
I can read a blip here and there and still have my own opinion. And I can read a blip that I care that I believe is right or wrong and still hold my opinion. All right.
Yep.
And that's why I'm not watching all this news. Not saying I don't care, but I don't care.
Well, I think part of it too is you don't want to get so wrapped up into it that now that's all you're concentrating on, which is what a lot of people have done over the past when the whole COVID thing started.
Well, since COVID started, we've all no, it goes back further than that.
I agree, but I think
we've become a generation that watches the news for our opinion.
I think so, but I think it really came to head.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people really saw how it came to the head when COVID started, because we were forced to be in one place without anybody else around us or anybody others' opinions, just with ourselves. And a lot of us got really hooked in watching that tube and seeing, what does it have to say? What is it going to do? Can I go out? Can I go out today? Can I go out today? Can I? And we were so reliant on that I think we became too reliant. And like you said, we started looking at our own opinions as, oh, they tell me I should do this. Okay. They tell me I should. Okay. I think we kind of lost ourselves.
Yeah.
In a lot of respects, we lost our personalities. We lost ourselves, because when we're out there with everyone else and we have that opportunity to connect, that makes who we are. And that's how we not just get our information, but it's also how we disseminate our information and talk to people and find out, oh, did you heard? Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Oh, I'll have to read that, or I'll have. we've just been relying on one modem of medium or
Yeah.
media when there's a lot of other things out there we could have been looking at. And I think, I mean, for me personally, I got to the point where it was like I had to turn it off. My husband literally got too much into it, and I had to turn it off and say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
I mean,
I'm done.
I did not watch things like, the things that become the everyday news that everybody wants to watch. And I've not watched it for years. All right. The last time I watched I don't watch the politics stuff. I don't watch the news for what's going on. To me, I watch too many people fighting, too many people arguing. All right. And like one of the things we were talking about, we brought up earlier today was, the price of fuel. And there are people arguing over the price of fuel. It's Biden's fault. If he'd only open up the pipeline again, it would stop that. Dude, they were building the fucking pipeline. The pipeline was not done yet.
Well, here's my
building of it.
Here's my personal opinion on
the
pricing of the gas. It has nothing to do with Russia. It has to do with my personal opinion. It's the gas company saying, "Oh,
supply and demand.
Something happened, so we're going to have to up the pricing." Oh,
supply and demand.
Something happened, so we're going to have to up the pricing. Because here's the fact: is there's only 8% of the oil that we depend on from Russia. 8%. The majority of it is in California and in the United States. There's no reason for this to be going up the way it is. None whatsoever.
It's supply and demand. All right. No. It looks like the supply is going to get short, so we raise. So we look. So what? It makes a higher demand, so we raise the price. All right. It's business. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. It's business.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
whether you like it or not, it's business. Yeah.
You can get away with it. But I mean, when the earthquake happened, we're going to have to raise the prices. True, Chip. It is just entertainment. I agree with you.
To put it in the words, all right, of a very, hold on, to put it in the words of a very famous person from Dallas, Texas. All right, who actually, decided when he got sick and tired of what was going on, he decided to write a song about it.
Dirty laundry.
Thank you, Don Henley.
So true. So true. Very true. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I mean, everybody has their opinions, and that's what makes the world.
And they're like assholes. Everybody has one. I know. Tim's being too crude today. I got to watch this. Yeah. No, the truth is I shut the news off. I watched financial news in the beginning of the Trump administration because of the fact that different stocks went up. Why? I was watching because I'm like, okay, if I can make money as an investor buying and selling stocks during this time while stocks are on the rise, I'm going to. So I watched the news.
Yeah.
When the news station that was the financial news station started doing everything in their world to put their political opinion out.
I noticed that.
I was like, okay, I don't need to watch you anymore. I'm watching you to figure out markets.
Yeah.
Not your opinion of Trump, Biden, Nancy Pelosi. I don't care about your opinion. Tell me about the markets.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. And I remember watching one newscaster who basically Trump made a statement and he come out with it and stuff is we're not going to allow that on my show ever again. How dare he tell the American people, blah, 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 whatever. Like, dude, an hour ago, you were telling him to do that. Now he does it. And now you're bitching at him because he did it. Because you don't like the way he did it. You just want to bitch about him. I don't want to watch it anymore.
No,
I agree. Thing, but it goes to flip way is I have a ton of friends, Republican friends who I love dearly, are all putting this stuff out about Biden. Dude, follow your facts. All right. I'm not saying I like Biden. Just like I said, I'm not saying whether I liked or hated Trump, but you can't fax up stuff. All right. And then get mad at the news media because they actually called you on your facts.
Yep. Yep.
The pipeline.
There was an interesting comment. I read recently just finished the book called Will from Will Smith.
Yeah.
And he had a comment in there that his mother told him all the time. She said, never argue with a fool because from a distance, nobody can tell the difference. And I thought, wow, I mean, if you think about it and everything that's gone on since this whole COVID and everything else, that right there is a very profound statement, because a lot of people would argue with each other, even though you'd have fact and you'd show fact, or they think they'd have, I mean, it's been twisted and turned. And that's why I think, and I follow the news a little bit here and there, not a lot, but just here and there, so that, because I want to be on top of some of the topics, but I don't go on TV and do it. I go on, my favorite spot is Flipboard, because it has all kinds of things from everywhere. It's not just this one thing and this one thing and this one thing. It's from all over the place. And then I can go in and I can decipher, looking at things based on that, what I think, okay, this is interesting, or, oh, let's look at this more, or let's investigate this more. And so I do a lot more reading than actually watching on TV. And I thumb through, and I'll thumb through the tech, because I'm a techie kind of gal. So I'll thumb through all the techie stuff and how things are affecting technology and so on and so forth. So that's where I get a lot of topics and discussions, because I'm looking at those certain things and then deciphering. And I think that that's kind of how we should all be, even with business. You've got to sit down and you've got to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work. And you have to really investigate and do your homework to do that. And I think the same thing goes with politics, and the same thing goes with leadership, and the same thing goes with anything you put yourself into, buying a brand new house, like we were talking about, as opposed to taking
Buying a
it
used
down
one.
and reading, you know what I mean? It's just, you do.
I buy used houses and new cars. You probably buy used cars and new houses.
Houses. Well, I've never lived in a new house, so this is going to be exciting, because the house that my husband and I lived in for 22 years, that was the first house we bought. I'm telling you, we do not move. It's not, we don't go and say, okay, we're going to buy this house, and then 5 years down the road, we're going to buy another house. And
Okay, let me put it to you why I do the way I do. All right. No. This is going to tell you a lot about my why I do what I do, and how we can direct. And I'm going to bring it back around to business in a minute. Hold on while I hit decline on Mr. Scam Likely calling me. When I worked a sales job in 2005, my sales manager was from Pennsylvania as well. And my sales manager and I had a conversation about going back to Pennsylvania to visit. And he said, every time I go back he said this to me, every time I go back to Pennsylvania, I notice the same cars in the driveway, the same paint on the house, and the tree's a little taller. He says, those people do not change. This is the thing on America. We do not change. We get so stuck in our ways of how we do things and what we do with our lives.
maybe
Those people who are willing to take chances and up the game, to step in like Zelensky do, all right, and take a chance on the fact that he may be outgunned. It's those people who take chances that actually change our world. It's those people who will go, always done it this way, so I'm always going to do it this way.
Well, I take chances in my business. It has nothing to do. It's just my home.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with that. But that a lot of things can be said about the way people do things.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and everybody does things differently. I just think as a home, that's your foundation. That's your.
Yeah. You can have different. Yeah, you can have. You can have different things onto it. Yeah.
So to me, if you've got a foundation and a home that's working for you, then why change it? But business, absolutely. You're always having to risk.
Wait a minute. So let me get this right. So why did you leave that home that you were in forever?
Because of the things that were going on in the state, and decided it wasn't working for us. So we moved to a different state altogether. Otherwise, we'd still be there. I'm just saying.
So what you're saying is the politics of California don't work?
No, it had nothing to do with
I'm just making sure I have that on record.
Had to do with price, had to do with the way things were going, not just politics. I don't equate everything to politics, because if I did that, I'd be moving all over the place going, wait a minute, who's in politics here? Who's in politics there? I don't do that based on that, because the politics can change. the environment can change. As we've known, there are some states now that were blue are starting to turn purple, and there's some states that were red are starting to turn purple, and so on and so forth. So things change. I don't move from place to place based on, oh, is it mostly this or is it mostly that? I move based on the cost. What's the area like? You know, the climate. I look at those things as opposed to what's the
I'm relating it to
politics.
consistency.
What?
I'm relating it to consistency.
Consistency.
All right, because if you look at California has been a blue state for years, consistently.
Oh yeah.
Texas has been a red state for years, consistently.
Consistent.
Why is it that the people in California and Texas can succeed better than any other state?
Maybe because they've been
Because no matter which side they're on, no matter which side they're on, they're consistent.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Now, those people, when things change, all right, when things go too far off the rails, people bail. All right, which is what's happening in California. It's going too far off the rails, not just
Way
political, but on it. Yeah. So
when
now
it's
people are bailing.
$6.65 for a gallon of gas,
It's a
it's
problem.
way off the rails.
All right.
Whales.
Yeah. But here in Texas, all right, you know, we have some politicians that are starting to go on the right side a little off the rails, and I'm pretty sure they won't be in office that long. All right, that's just politics, but that's what happens when a system goes to the right or the left too far. I have said consistently, either party, right side, blue, red, in power for too long leads to, within 2 generations can lead to communism. That is, something my daughter taught me. And my daughter's, on the opposite side of the political aisle than I am. And my daughter said to me, she said, one of the reasons you think about why our country was founded in the way it was the fact that neither party would stay in power too long.
Yeah.
And it's designed to be switching power back and forth. I'm perfectly fine if, you know what I mean? And, if we went, well, our congressional ones are in this November. If the leading party changed in the House and Senate, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And I'm fine if it changes back in 2 years. Why? Because it is no longer dominated by a party. But when we have a system that is dominated, all right, by someone who has no checks and balances, like California's gotten to be right now. There's no checks and balances. It's been left in power too long, and it just keeps going deeper and deeper over the edge. In Texas, there's too many good old boys that when it starts to go deeper and deeper over the edge on the right side, they go, hold on, we got to get the guns out now, boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't take it, right? California, they take away your guns, so you can't stop them.
Oh my God.
But no, if it got too far over the edges here in Texas, I guarantee you the good old boys would get the guns out.
Possibly.
All right.
But
And I mean, you know what I mean? You could take that the wrong way, but you can also think about that the right way. That people would start bailing if it went too far right and it started affecting lives, businesses, all right, livelihoods. People would start bailing and moving to Missouri.
But if you think about it, though, too, California's always been the one that's the most expensive on everything. Everything. There's California on one side and there's New York on the other side. And they both compete when it comes to pricing for everything. To be
We
the
got
best,
a plan in,
the
we got a
newest,
plan in Texas,
latest in the whole works, they all compete.
No, our plan in Texas is to get all you Californians to move out. And
To
then we're
Texas?
gonna move to Texas. Then we're going to Texas to take over. We get oceanfront property on this deal.
Oh, you're going to have oceanfront property pretty soon when all of the ice caps are melting. It's going to be a lot more oceanfront property.
Sure.
Sure.
You know why? You know why I don't fully believe that?
Sure. Why?
Again, I go back to the Bible, and one of the things God said he would never flood the earth again.
Well, he's not going to flood the earth, but there'll be certain spots that are actually going to have more
That
water.
could happen. But the earth will. I am not afraid of the earth flooding completely again.
No, I'm not saying it's going to flood. It's just that they've proven that all it takes is a little bit of this, and it's going to start rising. I mean, the waters are rising in Florida. The waters are rising in California. They're already doing that now. It's just a matter of time.
Well, the waters are rising in California.
Flooded.
Let's face it. There's a lot of deep crap they're putting.
Oh my God.
Causing the
Oh,
water.
folks, he's in it. Woo! Let's get them boots out and start kicking them shit. Woo!
No. too many people in California are flushing their toilet where the water's got to go somewhere.
He's on a roll. He's on a roll. He's on a roll.
In Texas, they make us hold it in.
He's mowing down. In Texas, they make us hold it in. Oh, holy camole. Did we? Woo! Went way off the rails.
Yeah, we're way off the rails now.
We went from Zelensky to woo.
Hey, no, but when we go to politics, all right, there was a race for governor here in Texas, and our finalist now, Republican, is going to be our current governor running in November, and the Democrat is going to be the guy who tried to run for Senate against Ted Cruz, Beto O'Rourke. But in the primary race, there were a dozen Republicans running against our current governor, and like I figured, I figured another nominee was going to come out because of things that he said and did. I thought maybe someone, but some of the ones that are coming out were even more extremist than him.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. Extremists don't work. Now we're going to have an election with two people who are kind of in the middle, and I still believe, I could be wrong, but I still believe that Beto O'Rourke is not going to win. That guy could not have win against Ted Cruz, who, let's face it, it's got to be the worst senator that Texas has ever come up with, Republican wise. He couldn't beat him. I loved it when he said he was going to run against Trump. I'm like, dude, if you couldn't beat Cruz, you ain't going to beat Trump. But you think you're going to run against a governor? All right. The last Democrat governor the state of Texas had was gun-toting Granny. The last Democrat. She was gun-toting Granny. She came in right around the time Clinton got elected.
Wow.
But she was a damn good governor. I'd take her back. I'd take that Democrat back in an instant.
Any day.
Any day. She was good.
Well,
yeah.
On a lighter subject.
Hey, let's lighten up this thing as we close.
On a lighter subject. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Is German chocolate cake from Germany?
Probably not. It's probably an American recipe.
Believe it or not, yes. A man named Sam German, who created the formula for the mild dark baking chocolate, that dark so that you bake with and so forth.
Yeah.
And when he came up with it, and it was called Baker's German's Sweet Chocolate. Then in 1957 in Dallas, which I thought you would enjoy.
Yeah, again, blame it on
In
Dallas.
The Morning Star published a recipe for the cake invented and submitted by a reader identified as Miss George Clay.
Mm-hmm.
So she's the one who came up with the German chocolate cake. Has nothing to do with Germany, nor was it ever even part of German food fair or anything of that nature. It was all made up in the United States.
It's
Next time you eat that German chocolate cake, just know it's not German.
just another dessert that came from Dallas.
Yeah. Dallas does have some good cooks. I will give you that much.
I did learn something famous about your town this week.
What's that?
The spot where the guy who killed Billy the Kid died.
Yep. There's actually two spots. There's one, the sheriff. There's one where it's a good spot in a mortuary, and then there's another one where he actually was killed out in the desert. That's not too far from where we're at.
Yeah, it's like supposedly there's a marker or something there for it, but yeah, it's just
sheriff, a parade, a sheriff.
Pat Garrett. Sheriff
Pat Garrett.
Thank you.
Pat Garrett. Yep, exactly.
And
good history.
I all the times I've been to Las Cruces, I never knew that.
And in the town of Mesilla is when Pancho Villa and Billy the Kid hung out a lot, was in the town of Mesilla. And the town of Mesilla is one of the oldest towns in Las Cruces.
Yeah.
In fact, it still has the tall curbs so that you could get on your horse.
Oh, wow.
They're kind of hard to walk, though. You got to watch out. You're like, no.
Wow. Yeah. So
yes, they were tall so you could get on your horse.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Which rumor has it we may be going back there.
What do you mean, rumor has it?
With the price of gas, we may be going back to ride horses again.
I'm starting to ride horses.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Yeah. I don't want to brag about, I don't want to brag about, being the fancy and rich places in this world, but I just got back from the gas station and apparently my loan has been approved. I can get a gas.
So I can afford my gas for my
I can afford my gas. So
Or
no,
my
but German chocolate cake, I had no idea about that because so often we see stuff and think that it's associated with something.
Yep, just
It
like
is
French
not.
fries.
Yeah.
People thought it was from France. That had nothing to do with France either.
Well, I love one that people didn't like France. All right, politically, well, we're going to call them American fries now. They were American fries to begin with, dude.
I know. Got to do your homework, people. Got to do your homework. Just saying, got to do your homework.
Yeah.
Well, this was a very interesting conversation, was it not?
Just a little bit.
We do know.
Hey, we do know that Katrina and Tim have opinions.
Yeah, especially Tim. Tim has big opinions. And he's very strong.
Yes, and my biggest opinion coming out from this week, all right, because we began the show talking about leadership, was in America, where most of our listeners are, in America, it does not matter who is in office. You are the leader of your own world. And if you're not going to step up and lead your world, your business, your life, all right, someone else is going to lead it for you.
Exactly. And you need to take accountability
Yes.
for your actions.
You do.
Don't blame them on somebody else and say,
else's
oh,
fault.
it's that
Nope.
guy's fault.
Nope.
You have to take accountability.
Right. That's right.
We're all wrong at one time or another. Just got to admit it and move on.
Yep. The greatest thing about being wrong is you can always change and come back and fix that. All right.
Yep.
Don't stand in your wrongs. All right.
And our mistakes help us make better decisions down the road.
They usually do. All right. It's usually a great point in your life to go, okay, well, I learned something else that didn't work, as opposed to I failed.
Yeah.
Nope,
well, look
I learned
at
something else that didn't work.
How many times? 1,000 times or something like he said? He said, I just failed 1,000 times.
Yeah.
He finally got it, but
I just learned 1,000 ways that didn't work.
Yeah, 1,000 ways it didn't work. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. So
I had it misquoted. My apologies. See, I was wrong. Took accountability. Moving on.
Katrina being wrong.
Because this is so perfect.
This is so pretty. Just one time, I want you to see it. I feel pretty. I feel pretty.
And
all right, guys. I'm Tim Gillette, Simple Easy Marketing. All right, I'm one half of the show. My co-host is
Katrina Garcia with KG Website Designs.
So you need a website, call her. You need a kick in the pants, call me.
Call him.
You need a kick in the pants to get busy online, call me. We'll be back next week with another episode, guys. All right. We're going to find a way to do it. Even though I'm going to be at an event, we're going to find a way to do it next week. But I'll probably have a different background.
Yes.
But we're going to do it one way or another. So have a great week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to where you get your podcast, to the Business G Spot podcast.com or businessgspot.com. I think it is. What is our website?
Yeah, Business G
Spot. The businessgspot.com. All right. Well, all right. And we're actually on Facebook, facebook.com/the Business G Spot. Oh, yep. No, facebook.com, Business G Spot podcast is what we had to get there. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And we are working on getting our YouTube name. All right. So find us on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube. Once we get to, I think it's 100 subscribers, we can name our YouTube channel. All right. And then our podcast should be distributed out now on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify.
Woohoo!
Subscribe, please. Tell your friends and bring back 2 people next week. And we can have a fun week. And we promise not to bring out any more dirty laundry. I already erased the hashtag lawyers, guns, and money. But
yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We really appreciate your support.
All right. Bye, guys.
Later.